This is Varsha's Education Academy. See, in this session we are going to see the subject of electromagnetic field theory. See, already we have covered one complete unit, that is mathematical preliminaries, coordinate systems, as well as scalar and vector based problems, right? In this session we are going to see the first basic, very important topic of EMF, that is electrostatic field. See, generally what is meant by electrostatic field? That is field produced by the charges at rest, right? Field produced by the charges at rest. This is also called as static electric field or steady electric field. We can say it as static electric field or steady electric field. See, why we are saying it as steady electric field or static electric field? It is not varying with time. Here the field is not varying with time. So we are saying like that, right? And these are produced by the static charges. Static charges in the sense the charges at rest. Okay. So in this chapter we are going to see some important laws, theorems, equations and the applications of those laws, theorems and equations. What are all the important areas we are going to cover in this sense? Coulomb's law, Gauss law, Stokes theorem, divergence theorem, Poisson's equation and Laplace equation. So in this session I am going to cover the basic charge distribution types and the simple problems, as well as Coulomb's law alone I am going to cover. Right? In our upcoming session we will see Gauss law, Stokes theorem, divergence theorem, Poisson's and Laplace equation. Right? See, this is a very important unit for all competitive exam. So please watch this video till the end and please mention the answers in the community tab. Generally, I will post the questions in the community tab based on the video what I have posted today. Right? On the same day itself, I will post some questions, some practice questions in the community tab. Please try to answer those questions. If not, please mention it in the comment box. If you are having doubts, please mention it in the comment box. I will teach again, or else I will make some clarity in our upcoming video. Right? Please make the answers. Please put the answers in the comment box. Then only I came to know your level of knowledge about the topic, what we are learning now. Right? Now, we will see one or two applications of electrostatic field. See, to produce force and charges for their mobility. One more basic important example in LCDs, liquid crystal display. They are using this field, electrostatic field. Right? In bread baker, usually bread baking machine we are using, right? In that electrostatic field is applied. Right? In computer peripherals, X-ray machines, spray painting and all we are using this. These are all the applications of electrostatic field. Right? Now we are going to see some different types of charge distribution. Now we are going to see some different types of charge distribution. See, charge at rest produce this electric field. That is electrostatic field. These charges are basically of two types. One is positive charge and the other one is negative charge, right? See, these charges can neither be created nor be destroyed. It is a conserved unit, right? So these charges are surrounded by the electric and magnetic field. These charges are surrounded by the electric and magnetic field. So a charge or experiences a force. This charge may experience as a force in the presence of field. Right? This charge density, the charge density depend panni, else we can say it is charge distribution. So which gives us the four types of charge distribution. First type of distribution is said to be point charge distribution. First type is also called as point charge distribution. See here, the charges do not occupy any space. Here, it is like a point, just a point. See, I am considering this as point and this point does not occupy any space, right? So this volume So the volume of the point charge is 0. So the volume of this point charge is 0. See, they may ask in 1 mark question, what is the volume of the point charge? So the volume of the point charge is 0. For example, an electron is considered to be a point charge and it has a charge of, generally what is the charge of an electron? 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb. Here I have considered the point charge example as an electronic charge. See, then we will see second type, that is line charge distribution. Line charge distribution means what? There is a charge distribution in which the charge is distributed along a line. Charge is distributed along a line. So in a filament lamp, the charges are arranged in according to along a line. See here, let us assume a filament like this. Here the charges are aligning along a line, right? Here the charges are aligning along a line. This is said to be the line charge distribution. It has only this length. It has only this length, but no width or breadth. Have you understood? But it has only length, but no width or breadth. But for point charge, there is no length, no width or no breadth. It is just a point, there is not even a volume. The volume of charge is also a 0. But for line charge distribution, it is aligning along a line, so it has only length, there is no width or breadth. Okay? Then, rho L is said to be the charge per unit length. Here we are having only length, right? So it is a charge per unit length. So rho L can be written as, this is said to be the line charge distribution. This rho L can be, the formula for rho L is said to be limit del L tends to 0, del Q by del L. This del Q represents a small charge. This L represents the small length. Else we can say it as dQ by dl. dQ is differential charge and dl is differential length. Okay, dq is differential charge and dl is differential length. Sometimes this rho L can also be written as Q by L. Sometimes this rho L can also be written as Q by L. Here the example for this line charge distribution is the electron beam in the CRT tube. The electron beam in the CRT. The example for this line charge distribution is the electron beam in CRT. See, now we will see the first example. If there is a charge of 10 microcoulomb over a filament length of 0.5 meter, find its line charge density. Line charge distribution it is having only length, there is no width or breadth, right? So here they have given only length and charge value. So I have to find the value of rho L, that is line charge density. So line charge density rho L is equal to Q by L. Q charge is 10 microcoulomb. 10 micro can be written as 10 into 10 power minus 6 coulomb. So 10 divided by 0.5. So 20 microcoulomb per meter. So unit for this charge density is, line charge density is charge per unit length, right? Here the charge is written as microcoulomb and length is written as meter. So microcoulomb per meter is the unit for the given problem. Microcoulomb per meter. So 20 microcoulomb per meter. Right? See, now we will see the third type of charge distribution, that is surface charge distribution. Surface charge distribution. Third type is surface charge distribution, that is charge confined to the surface of the conductor. That is charge confined to the surface of the conductor. See, it is also called as a surface charge distribution. It has both length and width. It has both length and width, but not the breadth. Okay, it has both length and width, but not breadth. So it is also called as charge per unit area. It is also can be written as charge per unit area. So rho S is equal to limit del S tends to 0, del Q by del S. We can also written as dQ by ds. So del q del s அப்படினா என்னது? Small charge and small surface. Small area. We can say it as S as area. So small area. And ds is differential area. dq is differential charge. Right? Simply we can write rho s as q by s. Simply we can write rho s as q by s. For example, the surface charge distribution is implemented in the conducting surface of a capacitor. So the example for surface charge distribution is conducting surface of the capacitor, right? Now we will see the example based on the surface charge distribution. See the example 2 of the session. If there is a total charge of 10 picocoulomb over a surface area of 0.2 meter square, find the surface charge density. Surface charge density is represented by rho s, right? Here the charge is given as 10 picocoulomb. Pico in the sense 10 power minus 12. Pico in the sense 10 power minus 12. So 10 into 10 power minus 12 coulomb. And the area is written as 0.2 meter square. See here the S can be written as given as 0.2 meter square. So rho s is equal to q by s. So q is the charge given, that is 10 into 10 power minus 12. 10 into 10 power minus 12 divided by 0.2, that is 0.2 meter square, right? So our final answer will be 50 picocoulomb per meter square. 50 picocoulomb per meter square. So in the 10 power minus 12 அப்படியே கொண்டு வந்திருக்காங்க. So pico in this. Picocoulomb. This 0.2 is in meter square. So picocoulomb per meter square. So this is the surface charge density. Next we will see our last type of distribution, that is volume charge distribution. Volume charge distribution. Volume charge distribution in the sense that is charge per unit volume. Charge per unit volume. We can say it as charge per unit. See, it is represented as rho v. Charge density is represented as rho v. That is limit del v tends to 0. Del q by del v, which is equal to dq by dv. So dv அப்படினா என்ன? It is a differential volume. Del v is a small volume and dv is a differential volume. So the examples for volume charge distribution is ionospheric region and electron cloud in a vacuum tube. Electron cloud in a vacuum tube. These are all volume charge distribution examples, right? Now we will see one problem based on this volume charge distribution. If there exists a total charge of 12 nanocoulomb in a spherical volume of 0.1 meter cube, find the volume charge density. If there exists a total charge of 12 nanocoulomb in a spherical volume of 0.1 meter cube, find the volume charge density. See, the rho v is equal to q by v, right? See, while seeing with the definition, you can remember the formula easily. So only I am covering the definition first and then I am solving one example with that, right? This is very useful for you in remembering the formulas during your exam time. So please at least write down these formulas in a separate notebook and go through once before going for the exam, right? Now q is equal to 12 nanocoulomb, v is equal to 0.1 meter cube. So divide 12 divided by 0.1, which is equal to 120 nanocoulomb per meter cube. So our final volume charge density is. Next, our very important topic is Coulomb's law. Coulomb's law in the sense Charles Augustin de Coulomb. That is in 1736 to 1806, he was a French physicist. See, after conducting several experiments on charged bodies, he concluded that there exists a force between the charged bodies. He concluded that there exists a force between any two charge carriers. So he formulated a law known as a Coulomb's law. He formulated a law known as Coulomb's law. And this law can be expressed in the following forms. See, there were three forms. One is Gaussian form, and second one is SI form, and third one is Heaviside-Lorentz form. See, Gaussian form in the sense Q1 Q2 by R squared into AR vector. SI form in the sense F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. From this equation we just added this expression 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught alone, right? Then third format is Heaviside-Lorentz form. In Heaviside-Lorentz form we have removed this epsilon naught. See, here we have removed this epsilon naught and we are rewriting the equation as F is equal to 1 by 4 pi Q1 Q2 R squared AR vector. This is said to be Heaviside-Lorentz form. See, this Coulomb's law is represented in three different forms, right? Okay, now we will see the last statement. Force between the charged bodies. Force between the charged bodies is proportional to the product of two charges. Is proportional to the product of two charges and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between those two charges, right? It is proportional to the product of two charges and it is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Square of the distance between them. See the formula. So F is the force. It is directly proportional to this Q1, Q2 are the two charges. So it is directly proportional to these two charges and inversely in mathematically we can write it as 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is equal to 9 into 10 power 9. F is directly proportional to two charges Q1 and Q2 and inversely proportional to this R squared. Inversely proportional to this R squared, right? See, one more thing I have to tell you. This is a force between the two charges, but this is a force due to Q1 on Q2. See, in exams they will ask the question like this. Force on Q1 due to Q2. See, force on Q1 due to Q2. Right? In the sense you have to write the formula as A12. Here F is also will become F12. See, if they are asking that is force on Q2 due to Q1. So first kuduthirukra charge Q2 irundalo Q1 irundalo we have to write that one first. This is the force on charge Q1 due to Q2. Right? This is A21 force on charge Q2 due to Q1. Okay? While solving the examples you can understand. See the fourth example which is related to Coulomb's law. See the question. See, on seeing the question it is very big question. But the solution is very simple solution only based on that application of that Coulomb's law. Don't skip this kind of questions during exams. On seeing the questions you may think it is a very difficult question. On saying the words also you may think like that, but please don't think like that. Understand the question while reading itself, then you can easily solve it. See the question, a charge of Q1 is equal to -1 microcoulomb is placed at the origin of rectangular coordinate system. And the second charge Q2 is equal to -10 millicoulomb and is placed on x-axis at a distance of 50 cm. Please understand this point. Q2 charge that is -10 millicoulomb is placed on x-axis at a distance of 50 cm from the origin. Find the force on Q1 due to Q2 if they are in free space. Find the force on Q1 due to Q2 if they are in free space, right? Now we will see the solution. See here, they have given the two charges, -1 microcoulomb and -10 millicoulomb. and they have given 2 points. First point is said to be the 0, 0, 0. Why? Because here they have mentioned it as origin. So we are considering it as 0, 0, 0. And the second point, that is second charge, is at a location of x-axis at a distance of 50 centimeter from the origin, right? So x-axis la mattum 50 centimeter என்றத 0.5 meter னு எழுதுவோம்ல. So I just writing it as 0.5, 0, 0. Right? Now force on Q1 due to Q2 னு கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. அது எப்படி எழுதுவோம் நம்ம? First என்ன கொடுத்திருக்கு? Q1 னு கொடுத்திருக்கு. So we can write it as F12. இதே Q2 due to Q1 னு கொடுத்திருந்தாங்கன்னா 2 first இருக்கிறதுனால F21 எழுதணும். இங்க first Q1 தான் இருக்கிறதுனால we are writing the formula as F12. So F12 is equal to Q1 Q2 4 pi epsilon naught r squared. இந்த term வந்து எந்த formulaலையும் மாறாது, but this term will become A21. If they are asking us to find the force on Q2 due to Q1. Here they have given force on Q1 due to Q2. So I just substituted that it as A12. Then we are going to find the distance between the two charges. எப்படி ரெண்டு சார்ஜ்க்கு இடையில உள்ள distance find பண்றது? We are just subtracting those two points. So R is equal to 0, 0, 0 minus of 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. So minus 0.5 AX minus 0.5 AX. So I just substituting the value of 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught as 9 into 10 power 9. So first charge Q1 value is minus 1 microcoulomb. So minus 1 into 10 power minus 6. Second charge is minus 10 millicoulomb. So minus 10 into 10 power minus 3. For substituting the 1 by 4 pi for epsilon naught, I just substituted the value as 9 into 10 power 9. And A12 is equal to minus AX, this direction, minus AX. Here in the denominator we are having the term R squared. See, magnitude of R is 0.5. So R squared is 0.25. Right? So R squared is 0.25. So after dividing these values, we are getting the answer as minus 360 AX Newton. So the force between the two charges or the force on Q1 due to Q2 is said to be minus 360 AX Newton. Right? Now we will see the next example. See the example 5. A point charge Q1 is equal to 2 microcoulomb. Is at a location of 2, 3, 6. And another charge Q2 is equal to 5 microcoulomb. Is at the point of 0, 0, 0 in free space. Find the force on charge Q1 due to charge Q2. So the same formula here also we are applying. F12 is equal to Q1 Q2 by 4 pi epsilon naught r squared into A12. So charge Q1 is 2 microcoulomb, charge Q2 is 5 microcoulomb. So R vector எப்படி கண்டுபிடிப்போம்னா, so R1 minus R2. So R1 minus R2 in the sense 2 minus 0, 3 minus 0, 6 minus 0. So we are getting the expression as R vector is equal to 2AX plus 3AY plus 6AZ. Why? Because this R2 is entirely 0. So R magnitude of R is equal to root of 2 squared plus 3 squared plus 6 squared. Root of 2 squared plus 3 squared plus 6 squared. So totally root of 49, which is equal to 7. So A12 can be written as R vector by magnitude of R. So 2AX plus 3AY plus 6AZ divided by this magnitude is 7. So 9 into 10 power 9 into charge. First charge is 2 microcoulomb, that is 2 into 10 power minus 6. Second charge is 5 into 10 power minus 6 into our A12. A12 is this term, right? 2ax plus 3ay plus 6az divided by 7. So this point. Then divided by r squared. Our r value is 7. So r squared is 7 squared. So after simplifying this expression, we are getting our final answer as 0.52 ax plus 0.7 ay plus 1.5 is 56 az vector millinewton. This is the final answer for the given question. See, if you are having doubt, please mention it in the comment box. I hope you understand the concepts regarding this electrostatic field basics, that is charge distribution types as well as the Coulomb's law. In our upcoming sessions, we will, in a single video, I can't able to cover the entire unit of electrostatic field. So I just split it up into some videos. It may be around 5 to 6 videos for this single unit alone. But within a week, I'll complete this topic. And this is a very important unit. As you all aware, electrostatic field covers all important theorems, important laws, as well as some electric field intensity, density, almost the important formulas are in this unit. Right? So I'll cover in our upcoming sessions. If you're having doubts, please mention it in the comment box. If you like this video, do subscribe my channel. Thank you all. Thank you for watching this video.